All right, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Good morning. It's your boy Dave coming back at you live. It is a happy, wonderful, and a Wednesday. So it is the 24th of July. Let's get started with our market news. We got all major indexes closed lower for yesterday's trading session. The S&P 500 moved marginally lower, falling 0.16% to close at 5,555. This comes after the broad market index saw its best day in a little more than a month. The Nasdaq Composite saw the smallest percentage loss out of all the indexes, moving 0.6% lower to close at 17,997. For the Dow Jones Industrial Average, the index declined 0.14% to close out the session at 40,358.09 points. Following results for the second quarter that missed expectations, UPS shares fell 12% for its worst day on record, while General Motors earnings beat expectations. Shares take 6% lower as the company laid EV plants. So that's what we got here this morning. Getting into our watch list, NUZE, our number one gainer stock, is up 300%. It is trading at $4.12 at the moment. So we got a nice $4 whole number support at the moment. Made a little lower high after hitting $4.89 high of the day. Got a first breakout entry play here at 255 and another one at 275, and the stock just kept running above the 10 EMA and 25 EMA the entire time until we just now testing the 50 EMA here on NUZE. So we will see if it will bounce off the 50 EMA. If 50 EMA cracks, do be on the lookout for that 10 EMA to cross below the 50, which is going to be the death cross, which is no bueno. So make sure this $4 area really holds on up for NUZE guys here. All right. So we'll be watching for that line here. Other than that, I mean, just looking into the company, this is a low float USA packaged food company, 1 million of flow, so very low float. There is no news on NUZE, so just FYI, no news. DRMA, top second gainer, trading at $2.87 a share. 22 million volume traded, so up 120%. Or right now just making lower highs, looks like. So earlier we got a little 370 or 380 play and got a PT above $4 to 412, and then what happened? $4 needed to become support. It didn't. So what happened? Well, the price tanked. So we're all the way down here now below 290. So looks like it tried to attempt to get that VWAP roll there, but we got rejected the VWAP. So what do we need to look for? Well, confirmation of the VWAP later down the road in DRMA for a play. Or you could wait for this thing to come all the way down to that 500 EMA and then scoop up if you wish. This is a USA Biotech company at under 1 million float. So micro float did announce achievement. Actually, that was last week. So once again, with this company, looking at the PR headline, I don't see any new news here either. So top two gainers today this morning, folks. We don't have any news. All right, going down the list here, SGMO, top third gainer, 74 cents a share. Okay. And overall, it's up 85%. Don't think we traded this at all today, but overall, looking pretty good, just making higher lows and higher highs. The only thing is, it's been running up into market opening here in about 3 minutes. So most likely going to be a white short window before the fade on SGMO. So looking at this company, this one is a high float. So 186 million float. So this is your fat float. It's going to be a slow runner, USA Biotech company, and did have a brand new press release reporting on the Pfizer announcement on positive top line results from their phase 3 trial. All right. So that's that for that. And then you got the PIRS as well on the watch list. Actually, SGMO wasn't on the watch list, but, you know, I just went down the list. PIRS, this one is on the watch list. This one is currently trading at $13.14, but got a nice breakout here at $14, and we did hit PT, got up to 1507. So what are we going to be watching? Well, like to see this thing getting back above 14, maybe again on PIRS, and see what happens. Okay. Overall, this one is also a low float, USA Biotech 1.2 million float, and they come out with a press release announcing definitive merger agreement with another company. So we'll keep an eye on PIRS for more volume. BBLG going down here. You got this one trading at 2016 cents a share, top fourth gainer, and currently BBLG is low float. So USA Medical Device Company under 1 million float. So it's another super low float. 250 broke out earlier at the alert, and we did hit up to as high up towards that 290. So PT did hit on BBLG. We'll see if it's going to be able to reverse out of this downtrend line here. Make sure that $2 line holds on BBLG. Market's going to open up here in less than 30 seconds. Last but not least, I have Hoth. Okay, Hoth was also a trade earlier. I think there was a second play though at 150. So we'll see if Hoth is going to be able to do that. But earlier, the first one did good. The second one has not broken above that 150 line yet. So we'll be keeping our eyes on Hoth. Other than that, here we go, folks. Market is now going to be opening up here. Ding, ding, dong. Obviously, NUZE being the #1 gainer, we're going to have to watch here very closely. So NUZE, we're going to have to watch for that big $5, guys. That needs to become big support line there. If it does end up getting back above it here, we're got a little wick there so far on NUZE. Okay, come on, trade ideas. What the heck is going on? Pull it up already. Golly. Yeah, I need to like refresh trade ideas at one point. I think there's too much data or something's been lagging lately. Maybe there's too much lines that they can't handle. $5 wicked into, so obviously that's not something that you want to fall for. The great area was what? Like we talked about, getting in at this lower high breakout downtrend line. Okay, so coming back down here. I do like LITM for that same area again, so keep that in mind. 1.15 VWAP roll, same line again, worth watching. So for those that missed LITM earlier, it is trying to break that 115. Just got a little bit of a high day call at 118. So yeah, let's see here on LITM real quick. Oh, man. Okay, so 115 earlier. We got a nice breakout play here as well. High they hit up to the 139 pre-market. NQ today, this one is reversing back on up nicely at 9:45. We do have high impact news, so just want to give you a friendly reminder for all my futures traders at 9:45. We got the Flash Manufacturing, which is the PMI, Flash Services PMI as well. So around 9:45 to 10 o'clock, I would say be on the lookout here. We're getting a little rejection at the 5-minute 14 EMA here. It's been getting a little bit of resistance rejections there. Here also you're getting PIRS making a new high of day, getting back above 14, so you can use the same line again at $14. Overall, as you know, market conditions today are not in the green, right? I mean, if you were up here, NQ has been down over 300 points here for a few minutes now, for a while now. So it's been it's down quite a lot today. So SPY's down, it's gonna follow, and Dow Jones looks like it's red too. So, but small caps today, NUZE, we got a lot of these nice names popping up very nicely. I'm also watching DRMA and maybe IVP again. Let me just double check on IVP. On a line at 537, it just came all the way down there, held at 537, testing VWAP. This was not really on our radar, but I had it on the side just in case, so I'll watch that there. Keep your eyes on IVP. That 635 candle break is the key line. So if it starts breaking through, you might want to keep your eyes on it. BBLG did get halted up here on the halted scanners here. So it looks like 932. So 937, 24 seconds is going to be the unhalt time. Okay, huge crack on NQ is further bleeding here today. So I would say there are more short opportunities more than the long. So if your strategy is to go more on the long, you're probably not going to see as great results. So please, if you're not used to shorting, then you know what, just probably wait. Not the best day, honestly, for the long shot, at least right now. Because right now, technically, if this is going to continue with the death cross happened that while back, you're going to see the deviation 2 line, which is all the way down here. So, you know, right now the bulls are praying that this pink dev line on the buy 5-minute holds probably will try to bounce off here after making another new low here, try to wiggle back up to that pink dev line here again, then go from there and see what happens. Other than that, yeah, NUZE just straight back down to that $4 support line again. DRMA, great bounce. Yeah, like I said, DRMA is testing that VWAP, so it did get halted up. Let's go down and clean up some names. Right now, I do want to focus on IVP because this thing is trying to break through here, making another new high of the day here. I got a line at 681 next. Looking good. This is our first alert from the market opening. So there's my line 681, like I said, just hit. Pretty much just line to line. And, you know, the reason why I, you know, want to make sure we get the first PT is so that you're making sure that you're at least getting some sort of green, right? So if I see that 681 line that I mentioned, literally, right? Look what happened. It came up to 681 right there, and it just got rejected because that's the line that I had. So what did I want to do? Instead of selling all at 681, I wanted to make sure that all my team members are able to get a piece, you know, at 675 before the 681 happens. So anyways, that was a quick little play. Right now, it got a massive rejection. It's about to get halted down, actually. So 576 is the down. So get your piece off of PT, quick gain, in and out, and then drop back down. It's on SSR. It doesn't have a whole lot of volume. That's the only thing. That's why I didn't put on the watch list. But if you just decided to take a quick play there, that is what it is. So 681 later, if it does break, this one is going to be exploding back up all the way up to $8. Just keep that in mind. There's a doji now, so instead of waiting for 681, you can look for a 6. I mean, I would just go for the same line again later down the road, 635 again. All right. I mean, it's free falling right now. Market's just free falling. So if you're on the short side on the futures, you're looking good. HUMA. BRB. Goodness gracious. UPST. Okay, let's see where. I mean, you know, if you guys were focusing on PIRS, we hit PT again. You know, it hit 15 plus and halted at 1542. So we should be getting here on halt in about a minute on PIRS. So like I said, on the watch list time, you want to look for that 14 rebreak. I think it's after the watch list time too, but 14 looks like now it finally cracked, and we're gonna go all the way down, folks. It's a lot of room to run down, but again, don't get yourself caught in between the now. You know, you can use the pink deadline as resistance and this all the way down to the support line there. All right, here we go. PRS should be getting halted in about 20 seconds. Here we go. Unhalted on PIRS. And it's a little bit spready at the moment, up 90%. So watch for that 100% mark line here. 1694 is the up halt showing and a 1386 down halt. So if it happens here at the down double top, you do need to watch out. I would have just locked in for now and then hold some just in case with a stop, put a range order in. 1694 now is the up halt. 1711, they're moving it up. Oh, wow. Big pop here. So PIRS 1778 up halt now. Moving it up. 1778. And just get back to reality. Look at the 10 EMA, just a little bit extended off that 10 EMA. So move your stops up now. If you're in, you're guaranteed to take some money on the way. Okay. So 1814 now, 1814 now, the up halt on PIRS. They might try to go for it $20 today. They keep on doing this high or low here.
BRPX. RGC, 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 RGC.
Wait for the first candle on the reds. Wait for the doji and then look for the next candle. We're now setting up another doji here. Looks like got 20 seconds for this candle to close now. We got 1814. BBLG just made a new noise here. So if you are watching BBLG, that is unhalted, looks like. LITM still has that 115 strong resistance. That's where the VWAP is at as well. On DRMA, if you're a fan of DRMA, it looks like BBLG got halted up to 354. Hit up to 354 and 323 now. All right, I'm gonna just type out a couple things because there's a lot of pretty good setups this morning actually on the small caps. I actually see several. This is interesting day. I mean, with the markets, obviously the overall market's down. We're seeing small caps running nicely. So let's see. We got PIRS. We got a brand new line now here. They just got a new blues clues line for us to uppercut, which is going to be the 1630 line now. So I think PIRS got a great potential here once again once we get this $16 holding as support, and then if we can get that nice uppercut area there, 1630. We want to see that 1630 becoming our new support line now on PIRS. And so 1630 broke, 17, 17. Then you want to see this 18 go up to 18, 14 up pull. And then just freaking hit the 20 bucks, you know. So now you can use a 1630 as your support.
No.
So, you know, look how it's holding above 100% at the moment. You want to make sure you keep your eyes on that. And now we need to make a new high of day because we don't want to see no double top here. We got to get that new high of day here and right now. Probably one more candle. We got 10 seconds left, but man, just got a double top right there straight up. So DRMA, like I said, watch that 37D line. 370 just broke and just broke all the way to 445. A lot of setups today, folks. Just try to keep up, draw those lines, and you know, don't try to catch them all. Again, this isn't Pokemon, right? So we're not here to catch them all. We're just trying to make sure we are able to capture just the legendary ones, right? All right, so DRMA 75. Okay, so man, that thing, that rat just popped out real fast at the unhalt. I want to grab that cheese real quick on DRMA. Yeah. So once again, like I said, just use the same line from pre-market. You can do that at the first market opening. So for everybody out there that just keeps saying, well, I miss a pre-market, I can't trade pre-market. Well, go back and look at the pre-market alerts on the Prosperity Trace channel. And then look at the first entry levels. When they come back, use them as your support, like dip zones, vice versa. And then if that support break, if that resistance breaks, use that as, you know, your support level, you know, support becomes resistant, you know, et cetera. So, you know, just play around with it, analyze every day, analyze, collect data, and then figure out and, you know, tweak your trading strategy. Now we got $5 just hit just like that, $5, big resistance and penny stock. PR is about to get halted down, by the way, 1484. So now we got DRMA that is at a pretty good, interesting level because if $5 breaks, you guys know, I mean, this thing could catapult nicely, but it's a little extended once again off the 10 May. So use that 375 here or 380, excuse me, as your support. I have a next line at 412 from previous pre-market high. So ideally, yeah, you want to look for this area to hold and bounce here. Now, this area here on DRMA 413, right? So DRMA, 4 point, what is that line? I think it's 413, 13 line support or announced cracking. So you might want to just use the first area here. So if it cracks, then use the 413 as a breakout point. So you can use the 380 support, 4.13 RES. So right now it's a big wick down. So nature of these low flows are going to be quick. We got a couple names. It looks like it might be a halt date a lot. We got PRS halted, BBLG halted earlier. We had RMA. Okay, so now you see how 380 body on the Hikinashi. If you're looking at it on your screen, not my screen, because my screen on TradeID is not Hikinashi once again, but we need to bounce off that 380 line there. That's where you want to see the buyers come back in, bounce back above 413. This is where the new line is. So 380 support, dip buy, sell into 413, wait for the 413 to become support, get back at the second entry if it does get that 413. Right now, you see how just came out 380, 413 is a good area to just in and out, and then wait for the 413 to reverse out. So this is what I'm talking about now. Yeah, you got to wait for the confirmation. Don't be so hasty to just get in without the confirmation. Okay, here we go. Trying to break 413 now. trying to reverse. This is the area that bulls need to really uppercut. They got a great opportunity here. 517 up pulp, 517 up pulp. This can catapult right there. They have the shot at it. They need this 413 area here to close. They can't keep fooling around back and forth here. All right, got 10 seconds on this candle. Then wait for the next candle. As long as we close above 413, that would be great. 3, 2, 1. All right, next candle. Okay, there it is. Now we're opening above 413. That's good to see. 517 up pulse. So now we just move up next candle. We need to make sure 413 is protected and holds. And now we just need the momentum to keep coming in and fly on up up 220% now. So we don't need to worry about 100% and then fade. This is 200% plus now. We want to see that 300%, 400%, 500%. That's going to happen if we can get this $5 break today. So looking good now. Like I said, you have to be paying attention on the live call so you guys can see and hear what I am seeing, because this is a fast one. These low flows are going to be fast, so you have to be quick and understand that you can't just, you see how quickly this goes up and down. People are going to be locking in some gains here and there. Now we're back down to that 10 EMA again. You don't want to see our first entry 380 crack. 380 cracks is going to be done, and then you're going to be moving forward to BBLG most likely, because BBLG is going to get unhalted here in a little bit. So make sure that area holds. In fact, looks like BBLG is a 10-minute halt, so it should be getting unhalted in about a minute. So it should be exactly 9:52 and 44 seconds. So exactly in about in about 1 minute now. So with, if you're on the 1 minute chart, like, you have to use the clock, guys. You have to look at the time. Every second matters, okay, when it comes to day trading on the 1 minute chart, okay? With these trades right here, you cannot be on the 10-minute. You're not on the 15-minute. We're not here to swing trade these garbage companies, okay? So you have to be on the 1 minute chart and look at these candles, look at the level 2, and right now we are back to 380. So that 380 here is your support. Like I said, it needs to hold. If it cracks, then we're going to be moving forward to a different stop. Right now, still holding. It's just literally bounced at 380 again. Let's zoom in here real quick. 380. Also, you could see BBLG, by the way, is unhalted now. Yeah, BBLG is going to probably get that next up. So they move. See, this is what I'm talking about. You need to know, while DRMA starting to lose a little bit of momentum, you have to look for the next stock, which is BBLG here. It's got unhalted $4 and then 426 up halt. Stocks up same amount, about 20% right now, as we saw on DRMA. DRMA, you got the VWAP around 380 as well. So watch that level. I wouldn't be chasing here now on BBLG. This is I mean, unless you want to take a lottery, entry, I'd rather wait for the pullback. But now, you wait for the next Blues Clues. Right now, there's no Blues Clues on BBLG. Just extend it off the 10 EMA and needs to get a little pullback after hitting that high up to 424, back down to 360s, 449 up halt. Yeah, I do think 224, 24. This is also getting pretty close to that 5 market. $4 becomes support later. All right, so pretty much you can see here what happened. DRMA, people just lost interest, right? And we saw BBLG hit the scanners up in the new high day. It's most likely just gonna pull all the way back down. So you gotta take that quick gain. You see how that doji formed on DRMA? If you look back, 9:52 a.m. There's a doji and a flat top red following candle after at 9:53. So go back and look at that. That was your key to GTFO, most likely, because even though you had a 380, it was just making lower highs. So, I wouldn't have taken that chance to just get back in again at 380 unless you wanted to, and you can have a tight stop. BBLG halted down now. All right, I want to look for something that is like pulling back now and then looking for that reversal. And what I see right now here is, I think DRMA still has good potential because I wanted to see a little bigger pullback after that huge run up to 5. Obviously, it hit 5 to the T. $5 is the strongest resistance in penny stocks. So next area will be what? Well, we already have our line, so we already know what to look for now. So same line here now. We just need to wait for 380. We use the same area that was successful, right? 380 this morning. Since then, you got a 380 to $5. This one from what, like 500 EMA, which is the lowest indication EMA, indicator EMA, to what? So that's like from 260s to 380, and 380 to 5. And Q's about to be down 400 points. These last several days have been pretty crazy in the futures market. We've been seeing a lot more wild, big moves up and down, and so now officially down below over 400 points, and we're further cracking down. Okay. I think I was talking about PIRS earlier that I wanted to see. So we got 3 minutes till 10 o'clock. Things got a little quiet because things have been pulling back, and that's fine. I need to double check something here. Yeah, Holly got really quiet there, huh? Okay. Yeah, I'm still watching DRMA because I like the 3. I like the 3 area again. Right now, I'm getting rejected at the VWAP. Yeah, I can pull back news again real quick, as that's the #1 gainer, right? So just the reason why I stopped looking at news, guys, is because news already got a death cross. And I don't really F around with stocks that already get the death cross already in the first 30 minutes. Because if you look at the stocks that already get the death cross in the first 30 minutes, it's usually just dead. So it's going to make lower highs. It's going to have a little, I mean, you can get in on these like 200 EMA or the, whatever support. If you look at news, where it bounced off the VWAP. And the reason why it bounced off the VWAP is because VWAP was the lowest point after it started running right back at 8 o'clock. That was the last dip area on VWAP at around 8:15. So the VWAP was your last lowest point, which is why it bounced off from that mark to that $4.65 line again, but not good enough because market opening high was at 527. So it's a little way up there, and the death cross already happened at market opening around 934. So, and look what happens to PIRS. It's about to get a death cross. That's what I'm talking about. It needs to go sooner than later because you don't want that 10 EMA to get closer and closer to the 50 EMA. Same thing right now on DRMA. This DRMA, that's why I kind of am watching this one closely because I think that this one could try to avoid the death cross here on DRMA. So I'm gonna watch that 380 line again on DRMA. Because if you look at this stock, this one opened up. This wasn't like up, and then drop. This was at market opening, got a nice fat run, and then, pulled back at a very, respectable, not respectable, but what's the word? Like, good pullback level. It just tested down to 200 and bounced. Now, obviously, as a breakout trader, I'm not going to touch this here until I see that 380 break. So it don't matter for me at this point, but if it cracks at 200, because then you can go back in at the lowest indication line at the 500 EMA on DRMA. With this one, technically, I would write for the 500 EMA instead, because look at how many times it tested the 500 EMA this morning in pre-market. Tested several times, so that's definitely your solid entry. I would take the 500 EMA over the 200 EMA. So now there's two options. Either I take the 380, whatever comes first, 380 candle break, and I tend to try that with a stop loss below VWAP, or get back in at, wait for it to come all the way down to 293, currently at 500 EMA. Okay, so yeah, you can see here, I mean, pink deviation line cracked on NQ, where we're just constantly just drawing down the toilet. It's clear that it's just going to potentially, or it's most likely just going to go down to the next indication line at deviation 2 line here on NQ on 5-minute chart. So, like I said, just terrible day for the long. So if your long strategy that's all you got, then it's gonna be tough because you're not on the 5-minute chart. You're not even seeing one green candlestick. So this is all red, 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 red. So why would you even attempt to go long? I mean, you're probably gonna scalp like a few points and then only to see it drop back down further. So if you're not into shorting, then today's just definitely a sit on your hands day on the future side. And massive, it's getting back a lot of gains. Overall, ATR has been very, very solid the past several days on the ANQ market, or just the futures market in general. I think this is getting to that point again for. There's still more room here. All right, so that's it for now, guys. I'm sitting on my hands waiting for DRMA, just watching that one unless something else decides to get a better setup. So once again, it's a simple thing that you can look for here in the first 30 minutes is to determine, okay, which stock is above VWAP, right? You want to kind of generally, anything below VWAP is kind of not really worth your time if it comes back below VWAP. So now what do you want to do? Well, if you have a watch list system on your broker, you can right click on that area and, go to the settings, set up the alarm. So set up now whatever the VWAP is that you're looking for, like put that price in, and then as the price comes up towards the VWAP, it will trigger and alarm you, so that way you can now pay attention to it instead of having to look at the screen all day on every little single stock to see if it's going to be back above VWAP. Unless you want to do that, you can do that, but if you want to save yourself some eye vision, not a bad idea. Okie dokes. DRMA, my 380 line is all I'm waiting for now. Or because right now the death cross didn't happen on DRMA. It's trying to avoid that, it looks like. Oh, it's going to depend on this 380 line here, folks.
LG. CMAS.
Okay, things got really slow after the huge, crazy runs left and right. So on standby mode on DRMA and BBLG, coming back down to reality. In fact, BBLG, that actually is a good pullback down to the VWAP. So if you're a dip buyer, you got a line at 253 support, and then if 253 doesn't work out, then you got 213 line. So sitting on hands now, guys. No need to be forcing nothing. Three 341. Just mention in the chat BBLG 253 support line, I think is what I have. 253, 253 support subline, and then 213 worth watching. Personally, I'm just kind of still waiting to see what's going to happen here on DRMA. It's trading sideways, which is not the best thing to see, but what I want to see is if this 10 EMA is going to start curling up here and then start getting that nice blow up. I'm watching that level 2 here to see some nice buying coming back in or not here. So once that 380 breaks, you do have a 427 uphold, just FYI. Whoa, 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 whoa. Line just struck in here, guys. 431 uphold. 431 uphold. 431 uphold here. Goodness gracious. Quick pop there just now. So now we want to see what the resistance line becomes support here. We need the 380 to become support now in DRMA. You got to be patient here. We got to watch very closely. You don't want to see that 380. We need to see DRMA 380 support needs to happen. And then we want to see $4 become support, and then 413, and all those lines that we had. So we just, again, same thing here, right? The line to line for now, this is what's going on. 380 again, same thing again, to about 413 line there. 380 becomes support. Buyers come back in for those that missed it, or if we can hold it, that'll be great. VWAP is around 375. So you want to give yourself a little wiggle room. Like I said, we don't want to see the VWAP crack. So VWAP to 380. The higher the VWAP starts forming above, that'd be good. 395 here on the ask. I mean, spread's not bad here. I mean, up 200% again. We just need to now pierce the $4 mark here and get that nice excitement running again. 444 up on now. Set your stops, guys. You know, it's looking good now, but you always have that protection plan now. You want to move the stops up now. You want to make sure 380 here is that Heikin-Ashi body support area holding. I mean, I'd love to see this $4 pop and just go straight up 449 uphold. I'd like to see this uphold getting higher. Okay, brand new candle. Testing around $4 again. Got to pierce $4. Come on, baby. 4010. There we go. New high. I mean, not new high. The previous higher high. That's good. Good news. 420. Now $4 is what we need here in the next 40 seconds. It's gonna be a little bit jumpy here. 453 uphold. They're moving it up. That's what I like to see. Penny MA now crossing above the VWAP, which is that's also good. Like I said, we want to see that VWAP moving up higher, and then now you can move up your stops. Just now, you know, as you lock in as we go. It's a low float, so another skill to have as a trader is not only, you know, are you able to just get in and out fine, is to first of all find that where the herd is going to be next, like navigating through all multiple of these gainers list. So, you know, that's why we had the watch list and then start narrowing down our focus, like we talked about on one screen that you don't see right now. This is one screen of just my, you know, the trade ideas, scanners, and the futures chart. The other screen is what? Just four charts. That's it. Like literally, this is how I also travel too. You just need like one monitor. Most hotels and Airbnbs, whatever you guys stay at, is gonna have a TV. All you need is an HDMI cable and plug it into your laptop. You know, have the dock, and just your TV is gonna be big enough. I mean, to have more than 4 charts, but okay. So what happened here, guys? Triple top. And that's what happens. That's why I said move your stops up higher. You see what I'm saying? And the smart cookies, when they put those stops, it's going to trigger and it's going to happen, right? So we got what we wanted. Okay. We saw the warning signs up here. 413, like I said, needed to become the next area of support. So 380 broke. I mean, you get to 413. 413 needs to become support. Multiple wicks. This is a bearish with the bearish indication right there, right? So triple top. Laptop and big screen. What you mean? Yeah, like all I'm saying was like, you know, if you're traveling, that is right. Like you can just literally, I mean, and that's what I'm saying. Most people don't even, if you don't even travel, you should have a extra monitor somewhere. You know, you don't even need any fancy monitor. You can just get like a $200 monitor out there and just hook it up. So for those that are honestly just trading on one laptop, okay, like I think, you know, you can still be successful, you know, with just one laptop anywhere you go. But the thing is, it's gonna be difficult for you to like navigate multiple stocks. So if you're just, I mean, back in the day when, you know, I would just trade one stock, right? And just trade with my one laptop, just one stock, focus on one stock, and that's it. And I don't even spend that much time, you know. But that's only if, if I'm like busy, traveling and stuff, but I recommend everyone to have, an extra monitor and have like at least four. I mean, 4 stocks is enough, honestly.
Yes.
But some people, hey, like to have 6 monitors, and that's fine. 6 monitors, and do your thing. It's just all I'm saying is at least recommended if you're at home is have a monitor, extra monitor. All right. And Q is getting lower and lower. So we're probably, in my opinion, at this rate, yeah. I mean, you're gonna get down to deviation 2 line, which is gonna be down about 500 points. In Q. So pretty rough. So with DRMA getting halted down, which happened at 10:12, now it's 3 minutes in. We need to wait another 2 more minutes now for the unhalt. So if DRMA gets unhalted, what will be the big line? Well, we talked about it, right? 380. What's below 380? What will be the next area then? The 500 EMA. Simple as that. The 500 EMA is at like that 293 line that I mentioned. So it should wick down towards the the 290s, 280, maybe even as low as that. I mean, in fact, heck, I mean, the wick could come all the way down to 265 just because it's such a low float. But Sparta, do I have any tips to know whether herd is after market opens or in pre-market? VWAP is one indicator. I mean, like when you look at the biggest gainers on the scanners or any biggest scanners, look at the volume, right? It's not always about what's on the number one gainer. Like it's about what's the number one leading, what's one of the top leading volume gainers. Okay. And then from there, like whatever stock you choose to look at that volume, pull up the average volume that stock usually trades at. You don't really want to waste your time on a stock that barely traded 2x its average volume, right? I mean, it's cute, but like, why would you focus on that when this other stock's already trading at 7 times its average volume, right? So already you're like looking at, okay, like this is where the excitement is at. This is where the herd is at. It's probably going to be a 10x average volume soon. And then from there, it just continues to kind of blow up a little bit, right? But then from there you got to just chart your support resistance, plan out your trades, and then take it from there. Not just, okay, this is the number one gainer, I'm just gonna go in. Okay, this is the number one leader in volume, I'm just gonna go in. Well, you could just go in without having to chart it. You probably bought most likely near the top. You don't know that, right? So that's why we use these indicators like the RSI. Okay, it'll tell you, is it like if it's RSI is at 85, it's super overbought. Why would you buy up there when it's gonna be getting cooled off all the way down to like 40 RSI or something, right? So and there's like the skill is to also know when to stop wasting your mental capital by keep searching around like, oh, where's the next one or where's the next one? Chill, there's no next one right now. Everything's dead. Like, how do I know that? Because, well, can you not read the room here in the vibe? Like, you gotta know the vibe here a little bit, right? You gotta feel the air. Sometimes it's just that intuition, like, and looking at the charts, like there's all these stocks are all down right now, all below VWAP. So that's just the first start to understand that most likely, okay, if it's below VWAP, 1, 2, 3 stocks are coming down 500 EMA. So where's DRMA right now? Literally down to the 500 EMA after the unhold. It's right now at the 293 line, right? Came down to that 293. Look at that. Look at that. 293 right there. So now buyers are like, okay, I had a limit order at 293. So now if you had a stop like a fool at $3, then yeah, I mean, now you're stopped out right before it pops up. Now, obviously, I would have had a stop, like I said, before when this was already happening. Like I said, that's why I keep telling you guys, move your stops. You got the 380, not 380, or $3 needs to support. You got to look at the VWAP, have a little wiggle room because again, the VWAP here, and then we got that PT. The PT hits, then you got to sell. Well, why would you not sell the PT? But then your stops all messed up. So 293 just came all the way down. Now we're at 321 or 315, excuse me, now on the ask. And then 369 I'll pull. Now, the only thing is I would just take this little bounce and then come back later because we're already out of death cross now. So I wouldn't even fool around with it. Like this is your little mercy bounce. That's it. Like, you know what I mean? It's got a triple top. It's doom and gloom, you know. So this is great for the shorts right now. Shorts are having fun. They're popping champagnes. Ha ha. They're like, you know, they're laughing behind the screens while all these little bulls that never had the stops, they're kind of, you know, now. I mean, you really shouldn't be crying about lost money, guys. Money doesn't cry for you. So you really should not be crying about money. Okay. Money comes and goes, and you can't be emotional about money. It's gone, it's gone. The past is the past. You can't do anything about it. All you can do is learn from it. Okay. Learn from your losses and move on and then do better next time. So that's that. So now we move on. We don't need to be dwelling on it like, oh, boo, 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 hoo, like, you know, learn from your lesson, have your stop next time. Right. So that's why I'm saying 293, quick bounce, in and out, and then that's it. It's donezo. Death cross happened here finally on GMRA. That's what we were talking about the whole time. The reason why I was keep looking at the RMA was that's the only stock that didn't have a death cross. So I was like, oh, this guy shot at this 380 to the 413, whatever. That's why, and again, I reduced that PT to $4 first, just because there's some knuckleheads in here that doesn't even sell at the first PT because it's the greed. The greed kicks in and you want more. You got to learn how to take the smaller profits first, guys, and then you can aim for those bigger targets, right? That's the thing. That's the key. Because if you keep aiming for, like, I want to get the max PT right here, right now, I mean, yeah, you might get it one day. You know, you might get it at that one trade of the day and you know, get that nice home run, but you can't rely on home runs every day. And actually, the home runs comes easier when you're able to take the base hits first, because now you're building this discipline to learn how to just take the base hits, the smaller gains, $100 here, $300 there. All right. One more trade, $50. Now that's $500, etc. Now you're good. So Scott bought at 500, took the quick bounce. Okay, that's good. So glad you were able to see that. BBLG, yeah, I mean, that's probably gonna go all the way down to 500 EMA too. It's got a death cross. So you can see how important these death crosses are, right? That's why always have the same indicator, the 10 EMA, the 25 EMA. At least, again, that's just what I use. I'm not saying you have to use that. Some people like to use the 12 EMA, the 14 EMA, the whatever EMA, 7 EMA, 8 EMA. I mean, it's whatever your preference is. I just think when there's so many different EMAs, I'm just going to round it. 10 EMA, 25 EMA, 50 EMA, 200, 500 EMA. I don't use the SMAs. Okay. I just use the EMAs. And 1 minute chart and then a daily chart on these penny stocks, because the daily chart just gives me a quick overview. And then if the daily chart doesn't look clear to me, I'll look at the hourly chart. Again, you know, everyone's going to have their preference. Some people look at the 15-minute chart, 30-minute chart, blah, blah, blah. That's great. Works for you. I just have my own system. 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 hour, 1 day, 1 day. And then 1 minute chart usually just kind of tells everything that I need most of the days, because you know I'm a momentum day trader, breakout trader, right? So like just Heikin Ashi 1 minute candlesticks, it's the same thing every day. Just the trick is to just follow through that system. Sometimes that's what it is. Most of the times the hardest thing is doing what you say you're gonna do, which is what is the greatest downfall for us. Is it's always testing us every day, and that's where, you know, the greatest accomplishments comes as a trader, is when you're doing what you say you're gonna do, and the money's gonna follow. You know, so instead of chasing after money and keep worrying about money. I think the other day someone on the free chat mentioned about don't be focusing about the money and you know, passing the accounts or, you know, this and that. Like, just focus on making good trades. Don't even worry about the dollar amount. Don't worry about this and that. Just focus on, okay, following the system, back test it, just follow what has been working. It's not working now, then you know, readjust. Why is it not working? Well, maybe because market is volatile right now. Maybe it's because it's election season. Things are changing. All right. So what do we need to do? We need to start making some changes here. We need to, you know, pivot. instead of freaking out and being like, okay, like everything is just going down to, you know, hell and we're done for it. No, that's not how it works, right? We got to learn how to calm down quickly, get back and figure things out. Now, there's always going to be times where you're going to get disappointed and you're going to, you know, start losing faith and hope and all this and that. That's when it gets closer and closer to that point where you end up trying to give up. Well, that's what the separates from winners and losers is, you know, who can still continue to fight even during the setbacks. You think life's not going to have setbacks? Of course, right? So you got to learn to fight through that and get your mentality straight before the mentality takes you over and then you're done for. All right, enough preaching. Let's get back down here. We got 6 more minutes of the first half hour. I want to kind of start running down for potential patterns, for potential setups for that 11 a.m. Let's see here. So PIRS trading sideways. 10 and 50 EMA is actually kind of close by, which tells me that PRS actually has a potential for one more bounce unless this is going to go down to 200 EMA. I will be personally watching for a 1440 line if possible. BBLG is trying to curl up, but once again, it's still at the death cross, so just got rejected the VWAP. News all the way down to the 500 EMA now, which we said it would. It's gonna go all the way down to 500 EMA at this rate after the death cross. Right, NUZE, if you look at it, pull up the chart, look when did the death cross happen? At 936. A lot of these stocks that pumped up in pre-market at market opening, you got a short window fade because the confirmation of the fade is going to happen once that death cross happens. Look at all the stocks right now. They all fade down to 500 EMA or below. Also, another thing that I do want to mention is you really just need to learn. This is something that I wish I learned a little sooner is like in my trading career is like learn to be okay not taking any trades. There's gonna be days where the market conditions are just not in your favor. There's gonna be days where your brain is just not in your favor. It's not working properly, maybe because you slept too late or you had too much to think about. You just had too much work on other things. There's gonna be days like that. There's gonna be days where you wake up, you're just not feeling good. If you actually go back in time and learn to avoid those days, because most of the days that really bad things happen or bad like decisions goes into bad losses is because what it's one of those things that we just talked about. You know, you're just not in the right market. It's not in your favor. So if it's not in your favor, you don't need to force that trade only to, you know, really take those big hits. And that's something that I, you know, and it's a hard thing, but it's like if you can really learn to master that part, like heck, you could save a lot of money. Like first 2 weeks, you might be green, but then say something changes and you're not adjusting and you can't adjust well. Well, I'd rather just not take the trade at all instead of, you know, keeps taking those trades like, you know, by force. Maybe it needs to like cool off a little bit and, you know, let it do its thing after this phase is done. Or, you know, like today, if your strategy's on the long on futures, right? And you've been killing it because the other days market was going up. And now you get caught on a day like today, you just gave back all the gains, right? So better to just be like, okay, I need to be okay with not taking the trade today. Better save the ammunition for a better day, right? It's kind of like a hunter going out hunting. Why would I waste some ammos on some sparrows when I could be, you know, when you're trying to get the bigger, you know what I mean? Bigger game. What do you call it? The game, bigger game. All right. $3 on NUZE, same thing on DRMA. They're a little slightly hair below $3. So let's just do this right now. I'm gonna wait because most of these stocks are very low price, or at least they're coming down to. I think most of them are at the 200 and 500 EMA. So the next 10 minutes, we're gonna take a 5-10 minute stretch break and then get ready for the 11 a.m. rippers. So actually, all of them that really came down have potential to start reversing back up. So the IRS below VWAP down to 200 EMA. DRMA below VWAP down to 500 EMA. BBLG below VWAP down to right now 89 EMA. It did test on 200, bounced up the VWAP rejection down to 89 EMA. So that one's interesting. 89 EMA support. 10 EMA is close to 50 EMA. It looks like it could potentially do a golden cross. So now I'm starting to look at BBLG now. BBLG worth launching. All right. NUZE came all the way down to 500 EMA and below VWAP. Tested the 500 EMA. Buyers came in. Scott 500 loves the 500 EMA. That's why his name's Scott 500. It literally tested down to 266 500 EMA, and now it's at 298 $3 on NUZE. See that? So I'm gonna say BBLG and NUZE. Alrighty, folks. I will let you know what the next areas that I think is going to be good, but nothing else shows up. Learn to be okay with sitting on your hands and be patient. There's a lot of testing times before the blessing time, so just always keep that in mind. All right, be back in about 10 minutes. All right, guys, I'm back, and we're getting ready for 20 minutes till 11 a.m. River dip time. So the only ones that are starting to ride the 10 EMA right now are the two stocks currently riding the 10 EMA. You got PIRS, and well, NUZE just has this $3 mark that we gotta kind of really solidify here. Um, I kind of want to look for the PIRS 14. The only thing is this it's a little spready right now on PIRS, and the volume isn't like the craziest volume, so I'm not really sure if I want to even even though the PRS kind of looks better, just spread's not a big I'm not a big fan. I think NUZE's got a better shot at this $3 break, which is happening right now. Uh, all right, I'm gonna go in the meantime, go ahead and clean up some of these plays real quick. We had a lot. So Hoth, successful, BBLG successful, NUZE successful. There was another one for 150 Hoth. I don't believe that one ever came back above 150 again. So most likely going to be retracting back here in a little bit. Yeah. So you don't need to be worrying about Hoth for now. So retracting that, guys. 150. It's not even above $1 right now, so no need to be focused on that anymore. Everything is good there. PRS check. There was what is this GXAI? There was a GXAI 275. I don't know if this was ever in play. I think there was a press release and it came out and it was just a wick. So yeah, no, there was not hardly any volume on this thing today. So retracting GXAI off the list. NUZE check, LITM check, IVP check. Man, we have a lot. And the only two active ones right now is PIRS 1630. Which actually, no, excuse me. That one actually did break. I didn't forget. I forgot to put a check mark. We got 1745 new high day from there. Double top. So that one was a win. DRMA at 530 or 380. DRMA. So that's the only one left, 380. Which again, that's gonna have to be retracted. No, you're not. That was at 10 o'clock. Yeah, after 10 o'clock, what happened here? Oh yeah, no, this one was a win. Yeah, we did. Like, gotta go back and review my memories. Got a triple top all the way to that $4 and 15 cents from 380. No, 420. Yeah, so 380 to 420, we have plenty of. So yeah, everything has hit PT so far, guys. There's nothing else right now. I'm just sitting on my hands. I'm just watching NUZE because that's the best looking one at the moment.
ARHS, NMBC.
And UZE looking good. That $3 was a good area to get back in on. Did not get in on it personally, but it is looking good. It will be something that I will be interested in once I see the confirmation of the 10 EMA going above the 50 EMA, which is going to be what? The Golden Cross, that's right. So I'm gonna wait for that because, you know, for those that missed this dip here at the 500 EMA, I mean, I'd rather wait for that confirmation now. Great job for those that took that 500 EMA on NUZ. Now you just set your stops higher now. I would make sure that 10 EMA is your next support line. And we wait now testing 89 EMA, getting a little bit extended off the 10 EMA, let it wait to do that, and then pull back down. And then with the confirmation of the Golden Cross, we get back in. Right now, 378 is the up halt. So we got 353 VWAP. I mean, it could just pop up straight to VWAP right now and just flood, fade back down, but it's just taking it step by step right now. We're getting very close here. And UZE #1, gainer still at it strong. Now watching. I'm not gonna say still at it strong or anything, but still at it now. Watching for the Golden Cross. But just like for those that don't know what I'm talking about, 10 EMA crossing above the 50 EMA. Okay, got NUZE. Like I said, I need to see a little double top, or not double top, rejection, pull back down to the 10 EMA. We're back at 10 EMA here again. And now I'd like to see the Golden Cross happening here above 320. Yeah.
DNTA, ALP. RSI.
This should be the last play for me for the day. I'm waiting for that candle break at 322 right now. That's our next key level now that presented to us. That I see at least. So this 322 line is going to be the my next breakout line.
SI. ARHS. ASAM.
Okay. All right. Looks like it's going to go all the way back down again, $3. So we might not get 322 shortly here, but yeah, this looks like it might just go all the way down to 500 EMA again at this rate. Let's just look what happened. So I was looking for this area. If this 10 EMA curled up, when we got the Golden Cross, then we would gotten this nice pop up to the VWAP to $364 after the VWAP roll. Right now, we got a 10 EMA kind of curling down again, away from the 50 EMA. So I mean, you know, you got the $3 support here still, but that's what's happened at the moment. So we're gonna just sit tight. Let's see if it's gonna happen. If it doesn't happen, then we'll call it a day here in about 10 minutes.
ARHS.
I think there's a whole lot to talk about NQ today. It's just been nothing but drainage down, and we're getting closer and closer. Like I said, now we're coming to the 500 points down now. Every candle is just closing every 5 minutes. Red, red, red. There was one doji right here that looked like it might be a grace saving reversal, but this candle ended up what? Not closing above that 484 line. So later in the day, if you're still gonna be sticking around, you're gonna have to watch that line here for the reversal. That's gonna be the line for this here to start moving back up right in the 14 EMA, and then we just go up, 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 and maybe you might see a nice little recovery. But at the moment, it just looks like you're just taking that elevator down to hell here. So yeah, just FYI.
SIGI.
And we're officially down 500 points on NQ.
CWH. Never.
Okay, so yeah, we're not gonna get 322, I guess. I just didn't get that golden cross. So I mean, would have been nice here in the last 10 minutes for that 11 a.m. rip, but it's already started ripping here around $3 here. So that would have been the better area to have waited and go for. So but you always got the afternoon, but look what the market conditions are today right now. So just know that NUZE is your current #1 gainer. It's gonna be up there for a while because the DRMA is second leader right now at 100, not even like 96% right now. So it's NUZE's up double amount unless there's a new rat that decides to pop up that these day traders start pumping, which personally I'm kind of don't care for at this point because we've already had so much goodies this morning. You had NUZE, you had DRMA, you had LITM, you had NU's PIRS. Like there's just a lot of different flavors this morning. So best to lock in and just be grateful for the gains and then just not look back. That's the key, folks. Stop looking back. There's nothing you can do about the past. Stop regretting what happened. It's not solving anything. All you got to do is just be like, okay, let me do what I can do with the current present moment here. And enjoy the process. $3 once again. So I'm gonna just leave NUZ open just because we have this last play, and I know that 322 is gonna be the next key breakout line. So I'm gonna be watching closely just in case it comes back up. So what I would do here at this point is, set up an alarm at around like $3 and like 10 cents or 15 cents, and that way if it starts coming back, or you don't need to set up any alarms and just sit here and wait for NUZ to see who's going to get that nice breakout. Oh, one thing I will say is if this starts breaking above 322 before the golden cross, what I will just emphasize here again is please just wait for the candle confirmation. So it's got plenty of room to run. You don't need to be feeling like you're missing out on the gains. Most likely, this is going to try to pop back up to VWAP if it's going to be successful pop here. Well, let's just look at the VWAP right now. It's at 360. So even if you're a few cents late, rather wait for that confirmation. Now, there could be a chance that it just pops up so quickly that you might miss it. But just watch those two things: 322 candle break or the golden cross. the golden cross starts happening, you could probably take a shot at a little bit earlier just in case, and you small amount first and then add more into 322. But do what you gotta do, you think is best. Or what the best thing to do is, I'm done, then be done. Okay, we got a little spike up here again, guys. Maybe the 11 a.m. and within the next 5 minutes might just try to do something here. That was an interesting spike from 3 to 310. Huh. 14 EMA curling up again. So it is attempting to do it again, guys. So let's watch her closely. We're back at 200%.
SQSP, CDNS, S.
Sometimes as soon as I get off the mic, when stock starts running, sometimes. So might be best to just be in the mic for 4 more minutes here till 11 a.m. I will say right now, op halt showing at 357, so that's kind of close to that 360 VWAP. So just FYI.
TKLM, SQSP, SQSP, all right. LPG, BSCR,
They moved it up to 360.
WR,
We'll say 360 is also where the VWAP currently is at, FYI.
SLS,
So just kind of start calculating, do the math right now here. It's building higher lows at the moment. Just got a candle above the 10 EMA. We had 3 wicks right now. This is a third candle. I think this is the candle to see if we can close above the 50 EMA now. And then probably the candle or 2 after that, we should be at the golden cross. Right now, they moved it up to 364 now. Now, generally, you also want to see the VWAP start curling up as well. You don't want to see the VWAP going down further, but we just are at that 11 a.m. mark, getting closer and closer. Okay.
APR, APR, ANH, EDC, SCR.
What did I say that I'm looking for? I want to see the candle opening above the 50 EMA now. Right now, once again, just wicks, wicks, wicks into the 50 EMA. Body still riding the 10 EMA. We're at the resistance line 50. Once that is now officially, like I said, I would say like 1 or 2 more candles, and we'd be very close at that golden cross. Another stock that is starting to alarm me again is DRMA. It's starting to curl up a little bit again here. So I would watch that just in case if NUZ doesn't get the pop. I think DRMA is another candidate. Because the 10 EMA is also getting pretty close to the 50 EMA. It's a sort of similar look to NUZE. So I will say about that too. DRMA, another potential candidate for Golden Cross. It's also testing the 50 EMA, just like what's going on here on the NUZE. So have those two side by side actually. Good one to keep an eye on here.
Now,
Now, the thing about DRMA is this one's a little interesting because the 10 EMA cross all of below all of the indicators, and then now finally is just starting to cross and ride the 10 EMA. So I mean, personally, I like to stick to the number one gainer, NUZE. It's DRMA is the top second gainer, so sort of secondary, but I think NUZE would be nice here. All right, well, guys, I think I kind of gave you what I can here. I want to make sure that you guys got the full service this morning. So, two stocks to watch going in if you're into the afternoon trading style. You have DRMA and NUZE. Those are top two gainers. So just watch for the golden cross and NUZE. You have a play for 322 if it's going to be successful. I've already went through it. So I think that's it for me for today. So appreciate everybody tuning in this morning. It's a happy, wonderful Wednesday. So enjoy the rest of your day and looking forward to serving you guys again tomorrow morning. So take care, everybody, and have a great rest of your day. Stay blessed.